Being a security guard might seem like a calm job, sitting quietly, monitoring cameras, and patrolling empty buildings at night. But some nights are far from peaceful. These three guards experienced things they will never forget. Story 1. The Hospital Basement. Mark. Mark had just started his night shift at St. Hospital. The hospital was partially renovated, but one wing, including the basement, had been closed for decades. Staff warned him to stay away. At first, Mark thought it was just about old, unsafe buildings, until his first week on the job. One quiet night, around 2:15 a.m., Mark was monitoring the CCTV when he noticed movement in the basement. A faint figure in white was walking down the hallway. He rubbed his eyes, thinking it was a reflection or camera glitch, but the motion sensors were triggered. Taking his flashlight, Mark descended the stairs carefully. The air was cold, damp, and smelled of dust mixed with old antiseptic. Each step echoed across the empty hall. Then he heard it, a soft squeak, like wheels rolling slowly on tiles. Mark's flashlight caught an old wheelchair moving toward him, all on its own. His heart raced. The chair stopped a few feet away, and for a moment, he thought he saw a faint silhouette of a woman sitting in it. Her face was blurry, but she seemed to be staring right at him. Mark froze. The lights flickered and went out. The wheelchair stopped moving. Trembling, he ran upstairs. Later, when he reviewed the CCTV, one frame clearly showed a shadow standing behind him in the basement, watching silently. When Mark asked the head of maintenance about the basement, the man quietly explained that decades ago, a nurse had died there while helping patients during an emergency. Staff believed her spirit never left the place. Mark never returned, and he often says that even passing the hallway during the day gives him chills, as if the space remembers the events of the night. Story 2. The Factory Shift. Daniel. Daniel worked as a night guard at an abandoned textile factory. The factory had closed years ago after an accident, leaving long, empty corridors filled with dusty machines. Most nights were uneventful, until the fourth night. Around 1:15 a.m., Daniel heard a faint clicking sound coming from the sewing hall. The power was off, and all the machines were supposed to be silent. Hesitant, he walked slowly toward the sound, the wooden floor creaking under his boots. As he entered the hall, he saw one machine moving by itself. The needle was stitching through a piece of cloth, though no thread seemed attached. A cold breeze swept through the hall, and the faint smell of fabric and dust mixed with something else, something strange. Daniel's hands shook as he recorded the scene on his phone. The footage revealed a faint, semi-transparent figure of a woman sitting at the machine, her hands moving as if she was finishing her work. He couldn't explain it, but the air felt heavy, almost like someone was watching him. The next day, Daniel told his supervisor. The man explained that a female worker had died there years ago while working the night shift. She was known for always finishing her tasks, and some believe she continues her routine even after death. Daniel switched to daytime shifts and never returned at night. Yet locals sometimes claim that if they pass the factory after midnight, they can hear the soft hum of a sewing machine even though no one is there. Story 3. The Construction Site. Ryan worked as a night guard at a high-rise construction site. The building was incomplete. Steel beams, unfinished floors, and empty spaces that seemed to stretch endlessly under the moonlight. Most nights were quiet until one evening when Ryan began hearing whispers. Ryan, Ryan. At first, he thought it was a coworker joking around, but the elevators weren't operational yet, and the site was empty. Each step he took on the metal stairs echoed loudly. The air was colder than usual, and the wind whistled through the open floors. As he climbed to the 7th floor, he noticed fresh footprints in the dust, small and deliberate, leading toward a storage room. Ryan's heart raced. The footprints seemed too organized to be random, almost like someone was guiding him. When he opened the storage room door, the room was empty except for dust covering the walls. On the far wall, he noticed his name written over and over in the dust. Ryan, Ryan, Ryan. A sudden gust of wind made the door creak, and he felt a whisper brushing past his ear. "Be careful. Don't stay too long." Shaken, Ryan ran downstairs as fast as he could. The next morning, the supervisor told him the previous night guard had fallen from that floor during a similar night shift and had resigned. Ryan requested permanent daytime shifts after that. Workers say that sometimes when they stay late, they hear faint footsteps and whispers echoing across the unfinished floors. These 3 guards were ordinary people doing ordinary jobs, but some places are not ordinary at night. Shadows, whispers, and unexplained movements remind us that the night can be unpredictable. Which story sent chills down your spine? Share in the comments and subscribe to Night Fear for more real-life horror stories.